As we speak, Nigerians should not expect governance from the APC till 2027. I repeat, Nigerians should not expect governance from Tinubu and the APC till 2027. It is all about politics, politics, politics. Alignment, realignment, and realignment. Now, there is a flyer that is going viral on social media. Political realignment, Obidient rally for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Obidient rally behind Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, the APC wants to infiltrate the Obidient movement. That is a fact. The APC is looking on how they are going to infiltrate the Obidient movement. They know that the Obidient movement is a formidable movement. They have tried to attack and destroy the movement like they did to Labour Party and the PDP, but they did not succeed. There's a difference between Labour Party and the Obidient. You separate the two. The Obidient movement goes with Obi. Labour Party is just a party. Some people belong to the Obidient. They don't belong to the Labour Party. I met some young guys during the last election, 2023 presidential election. They told me that they are in the APC, but they are obedient for APC. That was the first time I heard this thing called Obidient for APC. So it is not shocking to me that the APC, one of their strategies is to infiltrate the Obidient movement and do what they can. They thought maybe infiltrating the Labour Party will affect the Obidient movement, but yet, with all the arrows, all the javelin, all these things sent to destroy the Obidient movement, they have not succeeded. That is why you see realignment. I've told you that forget about governance. Don't even call good governance. Forget about ordinary governance till 2027. Everybody is focused on politics, politics, politics. If you look at reactions, I know the Obedience, what they will say. But what will the APC do to win the hearts of the Obedient? If you are watching this broadcast, do you think that the APC can infiltrate the Obedient movement? Because it's like this Obedient, they are like a cult following, cult followership. There are 3 people that have cult followership in Nigeria. 3 people. We have Buhari. Buhari has a cult followership. He's alive. Buhari has a cult followership. Number 2, we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a cult followership, even though there are not many. And lastly, we have the Obedient movement, which is for Obi. So it is a structure. Tinubu wants to attack structure or wants to take over structures. He has gone to take over political structure of Southwest. Those he can bully and they will just submit their structure to him. The latest is Osun State. We hear that the Osun State governor very soon is trading the PDP political structure for his second term. Threat. But can Tinubu threaten the Obedient movement? Obedient movement. If you look at reactions, somebody says, after calling us all sorts of names, if this isn't madness, please tell me what it is. Another one, it is time to also be batified for Obi. They are playing down on that strategy. No, Yoruba Obedients are really one of the most supportive. For every bought over 10 Obedients, Hunger and Suffering has already signed 1 million batis for free to the Obedient camp. Our super agents in this election window are Hunger, Suffer, and a lot of things. The Obedients are playing down on this move. You see, remember Obedient for Mba, a PDP man using the Obedient to win the election. They know that the wave of the Obedience represents the larger number of Nigerians. They know. Every suffering Nigerian wants to align with the Obedient. The true opposition in Nigeria is the Obedient movement. They know very well. So Mba used that trick. Obedient for Mba. Even some officials, main guys with P2B supported that Obedient for Mba because they believe that, they said that we don't support party, we support competence. Would P2B supporters, which are the Obedient movement, leave P2B and join the Obedient movement? Now the calculations is on. The cards is on the table. Let's see what Bola Ahmed Tinubu can do. But I don't think that the Obedient movement is Labour Party or the Obedient movement is If you bribe the leaders of the movement, my brother, the people are the ones that will jettison these leaders. The people are the ones that, if P2B does anyhow, when P2B congratulated Gowon on his birthday, if you saw what they told P2B, the Obidient people, if you saw what they did to him, he had to shake. Not to talk of the style of the APC going to bribe this. According to article, in PDP, they are paying some people an amount of money to work against the party. And we suspect that may also happen in the Labour Party. When you look at the speech of Bola Tinubu during the APC summit, you understand some of the statements he made. It points to the fact that they are actively involved in the downfall of most of these parties. So the strategy of APC now is to enter Obidient movement. Well, Obidient for BAT, for PBAT. They hate Obi, but they still had to use Obi to market Bola Tinubu. What can we say? We are their greatest nightmare. The mention of Obidient sends a 9.5 magnitude earthquake in any political discussion in Nigeria. Well, I pray the OPC succeed with the Obidient movement. The next is the Middle Belt and the North Central. Now, Arewa must be demystified. Arewa, the division in Arewa must stand for the APC to have their influence in northern Nigeria. They must be able to sustain and maintain that division. After bribing greedy politicians, after giving greedy politicians slots, nobody cares about the people. Forget about this, we are Arewa, we are Arewa, we are Arewa. Arewa does not care for the people of northern Nigeria. They are always interested in power. Because if you ask them, you have been in power for a very long time. What have you used this power to do? Instead, we have more almajiri, more students abandoned. Poverty and hunger is #1 in Arewa. While the politicians cash out and they send their children to school, they build mosques left, right, and center to impoverish the people, not making the people have skills as expected. It's the children of those ones that are in government and those level 1, 2 people that are down, the ones in government, their children are the ones going to school. Why the larger population wallow in ignorance, stupidity, and poverty? So, aside from the fact that some people will be given juicy position, or some people are joining the APC because they gave them a position, because forget to all these northern politicians, you see that not to remember, they are very, very corrupt. Why do you think there's a fight between Ubasani and El-Rufai? And El-Rufai is angry with NSH Ribadu. Everybody is planning towards 2027. Selfish. So Tinubu will capitalize on their selfish interests. First, he's going to make sure that he gives the Middle Belt and North Central a sense of belonging into his government, so that it is not about your vote. In northern Nigeria, it is your vote, your support. Because northern Nigeria, most of them don't vow, say, we are going, that's your regain. It can happen in southern Nigeria. But in northern Nigeria, it is our polling unit that will safeguard. Nobody is going to try nonsense. If anybody try nonsense, the person goes back in a way he will not like it. Maybe he will go back to his creator that day. That is most of the threats coming from northern Nigeria. So this politics game on. It's very unfortunate that this is the normal practice in Nigeria. The people are hungry, basic amenities, barely can people feed. Forget all this talk online, left, right, and center. With all the propaganda pushed by APC influencers, yet they are still realigning Obidient rally behind Bola Tinubu with everything. They know that they don't have anything to present, tangible thing to present. Forget what people are saying offline, online. We hope with Buhari. They told us we hope with Buhari. First 4 years, failure. We hope 8 years of our life just went off like that, blah, blah, blah. The same people that are saying that let's allow Buhari a second term, it did not start today. They started blaming the PDP, this, that, are the same people that are still blaming Buhari for using the central bank to enrich their cronies themselves, using the money policy by Emefiele to enrich themselves and work against Bola Tinubu. The same people. And you trust politicians at your own peril. Southern Cardinal youths assured Tinubu Governor Sani of 1 million votes. Very interesting. Southern Cardinal youths assured Tinubu Governor Sani of 1 million votes. Is that possible? The middle belt can like give the president 3 million votes. Bola Tinubu. The coalition can take away 4 million votes from middle belt. During the last election, we saw that Tinubu did not win most of the key states. He just had to become second and do his mathematics some other places. We know what they did though. We know what they did to even win the elections. But however, Nigerians are gullible and Nigerians will not even do anything. You see, for instance, now you're in your house. Things are going on. You're in your house, so wire is, if there's a naked wire there, you overlook it. One day the naked wire will shock you. That's what Nigerians are doing. Okay, like the government is doing something bad. They overlook it. It's not today now, it's that. Until that negligence of the government affect them and their family. That's when they start crying. So we know how the government came into power. We know how the government came into power. But beyond that, there's this next one we need to look at. Very, very important on the southeast. And I'm very much concerned about that. Now, Ohanaeze Ndigbo warned President Bola Tinubu that he risks losing the southeast in the 2027 election if he does not engage in dialogue with Biafra agitators. They are connecting the southeast, Ohanaeze, they are connecting the southeast with Biafra. Talking about votes. I asked average Igbo men, I asked them, between release of Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi's presidency, which one do you choose? They tell me Nnamdi Kanu. That's what they said. We want the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I don't care about Peter Obi becoming president. Majority of them. So, Ohanaeze is trying to play a smart one on the minds of Southeasterners. That if Tinubu wants to get we lose South, Peter Obi has an influence in the Southeast. The only reasons why you see Tinubu will not listen to these guys because these guys are not even important in the scheme of things. They don't have a support base. Who are the support base of Ohanaeze? So he will not listen to them because I know personally that Tinubu's aim is to become president. I'm releasing Nnamdi Kanu because if you are going to dialogue with Biafra agitators, number one on the table is release Nnamdi Kanu. Will Tinubu want to release Nnamdi Kanu? That's the point. Tinubu, number one on his table is to become Nigeria's president, complete 8 years. Nnamdi Kanu, number one in his mind, Nnamdi Kanu, the last time we saw him and he spoke, number one thing in his mind is that he's going to bring the Biafra flag out of the DSS custody or out of whatever they take him to. Number one thing in his mind. So two people, number one thing. Can they come together and agree? Will Tinubu agree to release Nnamdi Kanu with taking out the Biafra flag? Let's look at it critically and think about it. So the Ohanaeze, they are just talking things that doesn't really make sense. To me, it doesn't really make sense. Because Tinubu, I know. It seems like I'm the only one that knows Tinubu. I've studied this man. Tinubu, I know. He doesn't care about Biafra or Biafra agitation. I've told you, help does not come from the east, not the west. Help comes from above. Those people that we are praising Finland. Finland will never do this. Finland will never do that. If you told them that Finland can disappoint Samonekpa, they will abuse you. What do you know about Biafra? What we have done? You know, the most empty people are the noisemakers. They make loud noise. What do you know about Biafra? This, that. The same people are coming back to say that Finland is a terrorist country. Look at, is that not peacefully? I have told people that neither Trump nor anybody can give you Biafra. It is you that will make that determination. Play your cards right. Let your trust be in the things that you can be able to put on the table. It is what you are able to put on the table that determines your freedom. You don't have anything to put on the table, you are going to negotiate with. You see, look at the charges against Samonekpa. Look at how they put it. Samonekpa. They said, Samonekpa charged with treason and inciting public to commit crime. The collaborators are the Finland prosecutors and the Nigerian government. So Finland prosecutors align with Nigerian government to charge Simon Ekpa. I know some people will not agree with this one because everybody they want to. You know what about social media now is that people want you to tell them what they want to hear, even though it is fallacies and lies and misinformation. They want you to hear what they just tell them what they want to hear. They'll be praising you. Some people don't like this. Nigerian government collaborating with Finland charged Simon Ekpa from Finland direct. Even normally serve the IPOB serve, then they divided. We have Orabuzi and Ogenkere. It tells you a lot about the faction of Simon Ekpa. So if you think that a Tinubu, you are relying on a Tinubu to dialogue, how many times that go meet Buhari? If I tell you that Fulani have more influence in this Nnamdi Kanu case, Fulani has more influence than Tinubu, you will not believe me. The British have more influence. The imperialists, the Western powers have more influence in this thing that has to do with Nnamdi Kanu. You will not believe me. See, some people, our people, they have to learn. If they don't learn the hard way, they will not appreciate what you are telling them. I'm telling you. So, let's say you are playing to the gallery saying that negotiate. If we know that Igbo governors really want Nnamdi Kanu out, talk to the Southeast governors. Don't talk to Tinubu. Support of which governor in the Southeast can say I have the support of the Igbos? Which governor? Let's say Alex Oti. Maybe Alex Oti. If Nnamdi Kanu comes out of detention today, he's going to be like the Lord and personal savior of the Southeast because nobody cares anymore. Everybody wants to listen to him because if the Igbo man sees that you have his interest at heart, he can sacrifice everything to follow you. If the Igbo man confirms, it's hard for him to trust. But if he confirms that you have his interest, if like become the reason why Simon Ekpa looked at it and said, Igbos are interested in Biafra. He took up the Biafra. Both educated, both professor, everybody followed Simon Ekpa. And people are shocked. Why is it that people are following Simon Ekpa? Why? I can't imagine. So now the Kanu, an Igbo man, if he sees that his own interest is Biafra, his own interest, if you cannot for head, if you cannot as load for head, my brother, they will follow you to the ends of the earth. They will follow you anywhere and risk their lives for you. There are people that support you and they support you to the end. They don't run halfway. So far that they know that you are still, you are serving them in truth and integrity. The reasons why some Igbos are supporting Peter Obi, I'm telling you, he says he's not a saint. Let's put that one aside. No politician is a saint, so put that aside. So they see that ingenuity in Peter Obi, wanting good for Nigerians. So that's why they are supporting him. So the Southeast votes is not dependent on what these guys are saying. He was dialogue with Oga. Forget all those dialogue. We know what is going on. And lastly, Senator Ojizo Kalu attended today's Senate session wearing clothing that featured the text Tinubu for President 2027. Tell me one thing about pig fooling. Tell me one thing about pig fooling. When you look at the person of Ojizo Kalu, look at his influence in the Southeast, it tells you a lot about what is obtainable in the Southeast. It tells you a lot about what is obtainable. He doesn't have the support of the people. His own state self, they see him as an enemy. He doesn't have anything to do with connecting structure, any structure to give to Parliament Tinubu. He's just pig fooling himself. I want to advise Tinubu, don't listen to people like Ojizo Kalu. These people have lost relevance. Even the Benjamin Kalu, they have lost relevance in the Southeast. If you are looking for genuine votes, don't look at the path of these people. There's somebody they call Alex Oti. This young man is one that commands respect politically. Alex Oti and Peter Obi. And if you look at some of these, your structures, your project that is going on in Nigeria, if the Southeast see that you are involving them in some of these developments, like the other time, the irrigation, the Southeast lawmaker was complaining about the exclusion of the whole Southeast under Tinubu's administration. The only way you can get the votes of the Southeast is to stop all this campaign against hate or against Igbo. Look at JAM. Look at what is happening under JAM. The whole Southeast state affected. A whole generation of young people affected. And we have the Minister of Education quick to come out to give statements. JAM registrar quick to come out to give statements. Malpractice was their defense. If not, some people had to take extraordinary effort to make sure that they dig out the reasons for this. JAM will have disenfranchised the future of Southeasterners under the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if he wants to get the support of the Southeast, he knows what to do. He knows the project he needs to start embarking on. He knows the appointments he needs to start making so that he can fall in. But all these ones using Benjamin Kal, all these Umahi expert politicians, my brother, the only thing they can do is they can, like what the APC is depending on 2027 is to rig elections. There's nothing like this is what we are bringing so that people can, it's just to gaslight and wind people. That's what APC has to offer 2027. There's nothing more, nothing less. So if you are going to get, if Tinubu is very sincere that he wants to release Nnamdi Kanu, let him show workings. All these ones, they are taking the case back to left, the other side. He said this in answers. He said this in answers. If they really want to settle this issue, we will know. But all these things are just games. The games APC is playing, we understand that it is all about games. But where will it take anybody to? Nowhere. At the end of the day, what will happen will happen. And if Nigeria under Tinubu does not restructure, I think the greatest losers will be the politicians. May God help Nigeria.